Hey, Jay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, so I am a Protestant. I hold to a premillennial view, and I wanted to ask you, because I know you don't, about Revelation 20, verse 3, where Satan is taken to the bottomless pit and sealed so that he should deceive the nations no more. If the millennium is not a future event, what does it mean that Satan is sealed, that he can no longer deceive nations?
It's a ongoing present reality because the millennium is identified as the kingdom, and the kingdom is what Jesus set up at his first advent. That's why there's not a literal 1,000-year millennium, any more than God only owns the cattle on 1,000 hills and not the cattle on the 1,001 hill.
So I guess that would be assuming that the millennium is like the start of the kingdom. In my view, the kingdom started, of course, at the ascension, and then the millennium is just a physical representation of that already.
Yeah, that physical representation is the church, because it says that.
Okay.
It says that the first resurrection is those who are brought into that. That first resurrection is what Jesus talks about in John 5 when he says that you're raised in the spirit. And then there's bodily resurrection. So the first resurrection is baptism, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. That makes sense. Do you mind if I ask another question?
Sure.
So it's called the Christus Victor model for Orthodox?
That's the closest approximation to what we would say to a Protestant-minded person. But there's much more than that, because, for example, a Lutheran might believe in Christus Victor, but he believes that Christ was damned by the Father or something like that. We don't believe any of that nonsense. For us, Christus Victor includes that he descended into Hades and is resurrected and ascends to restore all human nature and the entire universe. So there's a cosmic scope to it. There's a harrowing of Hades, and none of that is in any Protestantism.
Okay. So I guess why would he have to take on human nature and experience death in order to defeat death?
Because death is an angel, it's a demon, and it's a kingdom known as Hades. And so when Adam decided to leave God, he sort of covenanted with Satan and became a member of Satan's kingdom. And so when he dies, he goes down into Hades, which the Bible describes in many, many passages throughout the Old Testament. Jesus then came, as the New Testament says, to have the keys of death and Hades, to destroy that whole realm and that whole kingdom.
Okay. And so would that it had to be the physical act of death in order to break the covenant and take the keys from that?
Well, it's
demon.
When Adam sinned, it affected him spiritually and physically. So the restoration required something spiritual and physical, hence the incarnation.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's all I got for today.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, good question.
I've been looking into Orthodoxy thanks to you, so thank you a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate those questions.